We're opening up the Judo Science Lab to tackle a really frustrating problem that literally every judoka deals with: why your grip just completely dies during Randori. Whether you're a competitor, a recreational player, or even a parent wondering why your kid's hands keep slipping off the gi, this explainer is going to change how you look at gripping. We're stepping off the mat and diving straight into the sports science behind grip failure. To figure this out, we're going to look at the Randori burnout, break down the kinetic chain, examine a massive mistake called the death grip, uncover something we call the oxygen trap, and finally give you the ultimate fix. Let's get right into it. First up, the Randori burnout, that brutal 2-minute tatami reality. So picture this. You're exactly 2 minutes into a tough round. The pace is frantic, your heart is just pounding out of your chest, and your forearms, they are absolutely on fire. They feel heavy, tight, pumped full of blood. Your fingers start involuntarily opening up, and that dominant sleeve grip you fought so hard for is suddenly just slipping right through your hands. Ask yourself right now, why is this happening? Why are your forearms burning up so early in the round? Well, almost everyone immediately assumes, hey, I just have weak hands. My fingers aren't strong enough. I obviously need to do more grip training. But here is the physiological reality check. You don't actually have weak hands. What you have is a disconnected grip system. We're talking about a complete systemic breakdown here, not just a localized muscle weakness. Which brings us to the kinetic chain. Because, believe it or not, your grip is not just your fingers. Think of a strong grip like an electric current. It's a continuous chain of energy. Step 1 is obvious, right? Your fingers are holding the gi. But step 2 is where the magic really happens. Your shoulders have to anchor that pull. Step 3, the actual horsepower, comes from your back, specifically your lats, generating the pulling power. And step 4 is your posture. That's the rigid chassis that connects the whole system together. So when you really trace that connection, your hands are just the very end of a massive, powerful whip. Now think about what happens when that chain snaps. If your posture breaks, your back rounds, your shoulders shrug way up to your ears, your elbows fly out, you instantly sever the connection to your lats. Suddenly, those tiny little muscles in your forearms are totally isolated. They're forced to do the heavy lifting job that your massive back muscles are supposed to be doing. And that is exactly why they burn out in just 60 seconds of hard gripping. Next up, the second huge mistake, the death grip. Doing 100% tension 100% of the time. 100%. When you grab that gi and squeeze with 100% static isometric tension, and you just hold on for dear life without ever relaxing, you are literally sprinting toward muscle failure. It's incredibly common, especially under stress, to just clamp down. But from a sports science perspective, it's the absolute fastest way to completely drain your physical battery. Think about it like a car engine. An engine blows if you drive it constantly at the red line, right? Well, your forearms are exactly the same. You just can't hold the paddle to the floor for an entire 5-minute round of Randori. Your muscles physically cannot sustain maximum isometric output forever without failing. You are just redlining your forearms. So what's the practical fix here? You've got to pulse your tension. The secret of high-level judoka isn't that they squeeze constantly. Their grip feels incredibly heavy, sure, but they're actually staying surprisingly relaxed while they move. They only spike to maximum tension in the exact moments they need to, when they attack, defend, or deliberately break balance. By pulsing your tension, you're essentially downshifting that engine, saving your fuel for the moments that actually matter. Unless you have actual steel cables for forearms, pulsing is non-negotiable. Okay, moving on to the oxygen trap. This is the biggest secret behind those dying forearms. We call this the oxygen trap. It's the physiological reality of locking your jaw and literally stopping your breathing during the grip fight, the kamikata. When you're fighting for dominance, your stress response kicks into high gear, and so many athletes instinctively clench their jaws and hold their breath. But this isn't just a bad habit, it's a physiological disaster. You are straight up stopping the flow of oxygen to your working muscles. Just look at the contrast in these outcomes. If you combine that 100% static tension we just talked about with a held breath, you get instant local fatigue. Static tension plus zero oxygen equals a suffocated grip. But if you flip that and combined pulsed tension with a sharp exhale every single time you pull, you create a sustainable grip. It's basic human physiology. If you don't breathe, your grip just isn't going to last. Let's wrap this all up with the ultimate fix, a very simple quality check you can use on the mat. The very next time your grip dies early in Randori, please don't just assume you need to go buy a grip trainer or do more pull-ups. Stop and run through this mental checklist. Ask yourself, was my posture broken? Was I pulling with my strong back muscles, or was I just isolating my arms? Was I death gripping, squeezing at 100% the whole time? And maybe most importantly, was I holding my breath? Honestly, diagnosing these 4 things is the real secret to unlocking your gripping stamina. Because here is the absolute truth. All the raw gym strength in the world, every deadlift, every farmer's carry, is totally useless on the tatami if your biomechanical chain is broken. If you're suffocating your muscles by holding your breath or disconnecting your lats by ruining your own posture, your grip is going to fail no matter how physically strong your hands actually are. So here is your new tatami grounded mantra. 3 simple commands to fix this issue once and for all. Fix the chain by keeping your posture upright and your lats engaged. Pulse the tension. Stay relaxed until the exact moment of impact. And breathe. Exhale sharply when you pull. I'm going to leave you with this final thought to ponder before you step back on the mats. Next time your grip dies, are you just going to fall back on the old excuse and blame your hands? Or are you going to step back, diagnose the kinetic chain, and fix your broken system? The choice and the endurance of your judo is entirely up to you. Thanks so much for joining me in the lab for this explainer. Now go apply this knowledge out there